Where do you find shows? What's the best place to find shows? What shows should you do if you're doing craft shows? I'm Adam. I've been doing my brand, The Poster List, since 2006, and I've been doing shows since 2008. These days, I don't really worry too much about finding shows. I built such a network with people that I find out about new shows from people who've done them, which is the best way to find out about shows in general, I think. Real on the ground kind of perspective of how the show's gonna do. But where do you start if you don't have that experience? Well, I think the easiest way to kind of do it is to go to shows. Discover what's in your neighborhood and what vendors are out there. Is it the kind of show that you want to do? Or who's selling the same stuff that you're selling? Is there something you can do better? You can get some booth inspiration, but going to shows in general is going to give you an idea of what's out there. Also, you'll meet a ton of people. One thing to keep in mind with feedback from other vendors on shows, it really kind of depends on what they're selling versus what you're selling, because sometimes that feedback on, they may have had an awesome show at it, but maybe they sell stuff that's completely different than yours and it might not be the same numbers, so you always got to kind of take that with a bit of a grain of salt. Also, ask people who are already selling at shows. They'll give you an idea what's doing well and what's not doing well in terms of the shows they've done, and it becomes kind of a networking thing where you're basically interchanging shows that you've done. There's so many shows out there and not everybody can do all of them, but there's definitely some standouts that you'll find over time, and you'll notice a lot of people that you meet are kind of doing the same ones, and that'll give you a good sense of what's good and what's bad. Shows are great to get a sense of booth inspiration. How do you want to set up your booth? You want to do something similar, different? So there's all these things you can kind of get from shows, that real life shows, that if you attend them, you'll get all this knowledge. So what sites do I use? Well, there's a ton. Zap, Event Hub, Eventbrite, festivalsandfairs.net. There's a national craft show directory. Also, I'll find a lot of stuff on Instagram as well. One thing I also do is when I find out about a show and I don't know much about it, for example, if I don't have any information from a friend or a colleague who's done it, I will go to Yelp sometimes. Sometimes I'll go to a YouTube video. Someone may have filmed a person on the ground just to get a sense of the demographic and make sure it's going to work for me. As much knowledge that I can get about how the show does, how many people come out. Sometimes that's not super readily available through the site that's selling the application for you to attend the shows. Sometimes it can be obviously a bit biased. So you really want to get unbiased information. So I like to go to YouTube sometimes and I can find someone's done a video of a show that I know nothing about, and that'll give me a good sense. Because sometimes a lot of show organizers, unfortunately, they'll take a picture of when it's the most crowded or whatever, and that might be only 10% of the time, and it's completely dead. So yeah, you really want to kind of get that all in line, and when you get that from an unbiased opinion, it's the best. One thing I forgot to mention, there's so many different shows. There's street fairs, there's farmers markets, there's flea markets, there's music festivals, there's beer festivals, there's wine festivals. There's so many shows that are different in terms of pricing, on how the booth is priced out, and also the people they attract. That's something that we'll probably talk about in the next video. So hopefully I'll see you then.